see ya. You ready to check out the game? You're in the good seat, huh? Not in the rain.
Do you have the Ryan, the goalie Ryan
Miara.
Miara?
Meara.
Wow, they only had two subs.
I know.
God.
I can't imagine it's too much fun coaching one of these teams. You know? Considering how much little depth you have, how much it's always changing your team.
Is that Ambrose or Ambroise? Is it ISE?
Let's see. Who's yes, ISE.
Is that Bustamante? Michael
Um,
Bustamante?
it's Bustamante. Yeah, Bustamante.
Monte. Okay.
Bustamante.
These coaches don't really
No,
give a
they're not
shit
too
about us.
concerned about us up top, huh? And that's Ruben Bover.
Bover?
Bover, yeah.
Yeah, I got that one.
What's
Is that
up, Whit? You're looking nice and dry.
is that
Lovely, lovely, thanks.
Oh, God, what a
Staying out of it
nightmare.
as I can.
is
Oh,
that
my
Basa?
God.
Is that Busa
Uh,
Levich?
Busajevich. Busajevich.
Oh, it's
So
a J.
B-U, yeah, that's a J
B U
right
S
there.
U L.
B-U-S, where the heck is it?
ULJEVIC. Is
Yeah,
that
Jevic.
yeah, Arun UN?
Aaron.
A big total, 10 people going.
I know, at least the people in EO5 have been there for
For like
like
an
an
hour!
hour.
I'll at least stand underneath until now.
Oh boy.
officials?
I don't. I'm sure you can toss Angostino, Minnesota into the mix because I think he does every one of our games. I always hear Andrew saying that name. Angostino, Minnesota.
Okay, let's see, time 7:30. Weather, driving rain.
Say that again.
I've got the two assistants and the fourth official, I just don't have the
Just not the head guy. He's gonna get all the blame.
The field looks awesome.
Caroline wants to come and sit behind us. Maybe we could squeeze her in.
She's coming, that's fine.
What's she up to? Is Suzanne coming?
She was just, we tried to talk Suzanne out of it because she's so wasted, but she's, I think she's intent on coming, so she and Mike will probably show.
Well, they can also watch it in the pub
Yeah,
because they have it on the television in there.
okay, well, that's good.
I think Jake Edwards is going to join us. He's the vice president of USL. So I'll set a couple of chairs up behind us.
Well, I can,
Dave, you're good, Ed. We won't be doing radio afterwards.
Oh no, radio afterwards.
So we'll just, as soon as the game finishes, we'll stop.
Good deal.
It's pissing down. Look at it. There's standing water on the
it's
pitch.
coming in my house like
Is
crazy.
that? Oh yeah, it's.
Shannon on the field.
Field looks awesome though. That's the first time I've ever seen standing water.
Yeah, that little
Not me.
speck right there.
No, we had to cancel a game
When was that?
last
Oh,
year.
that's right, we did, we sure did. God, this is horrible, I mean, like 0.
Oof.
Those people over there ought to get free season tickets.
At least we're not fogging up yet.
Yeah, no kidding.
Hey, how are you? There's a little patch of standing water in the middle of the pitch. I'm wondering whether it's worth going out and trying to get it. I wish you had your rain jacket though.
I got a good one here.
We're going to kick off here in like 5 minutes. Where the goal was, where you guys got the goal looks great. Yeah, man. Yes, please. If you could go and take a look at it, that will at least the referees will see us making an effort. And but don't. You need to be done in like 2 or 3 minutes because they're getting ready to come out. Thanks, mate. It's hey, you know where it is? It's right in front of sorry. They'll find it.
27 and 8.
We're 7 and 8.
Ground level, it might not be that easy to spot. Who's the head ref, do you know?
It's Howard Ash. Okay, yeah, I was going to tell you, it's right there in front of section West 7. Right in front of right across from Husk on the north side. Have a look, let me know. Thanks, mate. Bye. Hey Fred, we figured it out. It was whoever had entered the code on the console put the wrong code in, and it fried it a little bit, but we got it. Thanks for calling me back, mate. Sorry to bother you on the weekend. See ya. Here they come. missing the area where I need them to come to.
Where they going? Jesus.
Hey, Shannon. No, it's over towards the middle of the pitch. Yeah, don't worry about that one. You'll see it when you get over here. It's like a big puddle. And now walk towards the west stands. You'll walk right into it. Turn around towards the west stand. And then come back across to your right now.
There we go.
No, keep coming. You'll see it. Kevin got his, and then come straight across now. There you go.
Well, I think unfortunately we played probably including ourselves, the three best defensive teams in the league in the past 3-4 years. So, Richmond and Orlando have given up the fewest goals in every season. So it has been good defenses, so getting 3 goals against those teams is pretty good. We got 2 here. The big thing is at home. We're playing at home, so I'm not going to worry about the road game. We didn't get one down there, but when you're on the road, it's more difficult. So at home, we have 3 goals in 2 games. We could have had a couple more, and that's the good news, and I hope that we can carry it on. You can't tell much. A couple players that we played against that they haven't been playing, but they're bringing in a couple academy players that are very good that we know about. But it's just going to depend who they play and who they bring. It can change from last night's game. They played last night, and I think they might bring in 1 or 2 of their guys from the first team. So it's when you play a reserve team, you just don't know what you're going to get. You have to prepare yourselves instead of worrying about who you're going to play against.
You always want to win at home. I mean, we don't have very many games this month in front of our fans, and we want to put on a good performance. And like I said, we always want to win at home, so that's the most important thing. We need to use our strengths for us. I mean, we can possess the ball. We've got fast people up top, out wide. I mean, we've got all-around great players, and we just need to use that to our advantage.
Yeah, first win's always important. It gives you a confidence. It gives you, it gives you that belief in winning and everything else. We were really close. We tasted it twice here at home. Had the lead, just relinquished it late in the game, and against some good teams. So it'll be very important. I think if we can get, that early goal is going to be important for us, not get behind so we don't have to climb. If we can get that goal early, which I feel really good. We had a nice week of training. The guys up front have been finishing. We'll get at it again today, and they're putting the ball in the back of the net.
I mean, it'll just give us over a little hump. I mean, like you said, we had 2 ties and a loss, and that's not what we wanted. But once we get that first W, I feel like it's just going to take off from there.
America's top travel magazine named Charleston the best city in the nation, so it's no secret that people are flocking here. But people from all over the world come to MUSC for our unparalleled expertise year after year. Maybe that's why so many national organizations invest in our breakthroughs, and why so many of the world's top doctors continue to join us. So while Charleston's magnetic draw may not surprise you, we wanted to remind you about ours. MUSC, changing what's possible.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Blackboard Stadium for tonight's USL Pro match as the Charleston Battery take on the New York Red Bull Reserves in this interleague game that will be played, unfortunately, in the pouring rain tonight. It is absolutely tipping it down here. Started raining about 5 o'clock, and it's probably not going to let up. The field's in pretty good condition, though. The referees inspected it before kickoff, and No real problems. There's a couple of small areas where you can see a little bit of standing water, but I think we're in pretty good shape. The field's going to be quick and greasy, and it should be a very exciting match. Alongside me tonight, Dane R. Lucas. Dane, difficult conditions for the players, but not too bad.
No, this is something that is fun, not particularly for the fans in the stands, but certainly for the guys who get to get out there and slip and slide around a little bit. It'll be fun, but it'll be a game where you got to be at your utmost of focus, because the greasy conditions, as you said, can lead to some mistakes in the back, and Charleston cannot afford to slip up any more than they already have this season. So competitive last year, but have taken 3 games, and we'll see here today if they can get their first win of the 2014 USL Pro season.
This is an interleague game, as I mentioned before, which means it counts in both leagues. So in the MLS Reserve League, Red Bulls will get points for the win or draw if they can get some tonight, and likewise for the Battery, this game counts in the USL Pro standings. Let's quickly run through the lineups. It's Mira in goal for New York. In the back, Duval, Stevens, Politz, Oyongo. In the middle, Connolade, the captain. Bustamante, Bova, Stevenson, Derek Etienne up front, alongside Balasivic. The Battery with Cooper in goal, Farmer, Falvey, Mueller and Wilson. The back 4, Griffith, Abdullah, Van Schaik and Lewis in the middle. And up front for the Battery, Mamadou Diouf and Dane Kelly. And away we go then at Blackboard Stadium. Mueller sends it forward. Abdullah, little ball inside, sets it back to the youngster Jackson Farmer. Chips it down the line. You could see Diouf struggling there on the surface. The ball holds up there. Now Diouf for the Battery. Helped on by Abdallah. And dispossessed. Here come New York across the halfway line. Farmer across on the cover. And back it goes to the goalkeeper, Odisnell Cooper.
And you can see early on, this is going to take some getting used to the pitch. Very, very slow, as some of the players just laying off some passes and having it stop right in front of them. That's a hearty challenge there by Farmer.
Farmer, yeah, he just got a piece of the youngster there, Oyongo, and it'll be a free kick here for New York Red Bulls, and a chance for them to whip one in from this near side. The referee tonight, Mr. Howard Ash. Saw that infraction, and this is a chance, of course. Everybody back now for the Battery defending this. Here's the delivery, swung into the back post, and just too long really. Skips away on the surface, kept in play on the far side. Set back, maybe another chance for a cross. No, it's into touch. It'll be a throw-in for the Charleston Battery. This is the 4th game of the year for the Battery. They tied twice at home to open the season, and then lost 1-0 on the road last week in Orlando. The rain really coming down now as Lewis takes up the running on the far side. Dispossessed over there. Kept alive though by the Battery with John Wilson. Little back heel, and Charleston, despite the conditions, trying to string some passes together. Abdallah goes to ground. The referee doesn't see enough in the challenge. It's going to be a throw-in for the Red Bulls. New York's first team had that game Wednesday night. Nice win they got against, I think it was Philadelphia. And a couple of the guys that are with us tonight were involved, didn't actually see the field, but were on the bench for New York. Hard challenge on this near side. That's going to be a throw-in for the Battery. Good tackle there by Connor Lade, the captain.
Quentin Griffith playing a bit farther up the field at the right mid spot, allowing Jackson Farmer to drop back. And Quentin Griffin will be allowed that space to roam and push forward. He worked wonders against Orlando City, really driving down the right-hand side against Orlando in the second half when he was moved from defender to midfielder. Let's see if he can do the same thing here tonight and press on to Oyongo.
Ball sent forward. Falvey, the captain for the Battery, underneath it, heads it down. Players struggling on the surface. It's definitely a night for the studs. Down the line to Griffith from Farmer, he can't control it, and now New York have it at the halfway line. That's played through the gap. Out to this near side. Vasilevich will whip it out to the other side, and here come New York at the edge of the 18. Great movement from the MLS side. Still early doors here, no score. Kelly tries to get into the act defensively and force New York back to the halfway line. Really is bucketing it down here in South Carolina. It's supposed to rain all night as well. So conditions probably aren't going to get much better as that one slipped through by Van Schaik, but defended well by New York. It'll be a throw-in for the Battery on this near side in front of the Charleston bench. Farmer picks out Kelly. Ball holds up on the surface though. He's going to struggle to dribble on that surface there. And he gets away from the defender with possession. Still Kelly. Can't find a teammate though. It's difficult, isn't it? You can see the players, Dane, struggling to pass on the surface.
Yeah, it seems like there's one region of the pitch that's just not allowing any sort of roll of the ball at all. That little, just the start of that attacking third of the pitch is going to be very hard to work the ball around for the Battery front foreman.
Falvey whips it out to Farmer. Farmer will send it down the line, into touch from New York, throw in Charleston Battery.
I say the Battery front four, but really the back four for the Red Bull really need to be on their P's and Q's because they can't make any mistakes where they just leave the ball laying for a Battery man to come in and pick up.
There you see a mistake, and it is a chance for the Battery in the end, though. Kelly's shot wide of the target. It was Mamadou Diouf who just laid it into him in the 6-yard box, and he fired wide.
Yeah, you'd expect him to do better from that position, wouldn't you? He was around the 6-yard box, and Diouf laid a beautiful ball in. Just couldn't quite turn on it, and Dane Kelly certainly knows how to put that away. We've seen him do it before.
Well, we do play in all sorts of conditions in this game. You'll recall the snow game that they played
Sure.
for the World Cup qualifier. Where was that played? Colorado, I think.
Colorado, absolutely, against Costa Rica, which was probably the unfairest of teams to put up against those circumstances.
You couldn't even see the lines. You can see the lines here. It's just very wet conditions. Here's Jackson Farmer for the Battery. Back to Falvey. Falvey sends it forward to Diouf, who can't control it. Throw in New York. I tell you what, I applaud the fans that have come out to sit through this because they must be getting absolutely drenched.
Couple of them were out here about an hour before the game.
There's a giveaway there. It's Kelly. Oh, he can't pick out a teammate, though. Edge of the 18-yard box, and away come New York on the far side.
Andre Lewis was charging into the box. You would hope Dane Kelly would just lay it off, let him run onto it. Instead, tries to play to feet and leaves it behind the number 8 in black and yellow.
That's cut out by one of the Battery central defenders, but New York have it back just inside the half. Good tackle there by Abdallah to take the ball away from Stevenson.
Still early in the season, chemistry sorting itself out between the transfers, the loanees from Vancouver, and some of the mainstays here at the Battery. And Van Schaik's pairing up with Abdallah in the middle today. Usually his partner in crime in the defensive midfield is Amadou Sagna, and you see Dane Kelly up there with Mamadou Diouf. Still working out the kinks. We saw in Orlando City there was an opportunity where Diouf had, but Dane Kelly ended up running into him, and the chance was spoiled. Just sort of things that will even themselves out as the season goes on, and they have a chance to work with each other for a longer bit of time.
Right now it's New York pressing here into the Battery half. A mixture of first-team players, or rather first squad players and academy players have made the trip for this game for the reserve side. That's a good ball from Van Schaik. Out to Griffith, out on this near side. He'll bring it forward. He's got Farmer overlapping. He's played one in behind the defender. Can Farmer get there? And that's shepherded behind. Nicely done by the youngster for New York, who gets just pushed to the ground for his troubles. And will get an absolute soaking there because of that. And it'll be a goal kick now for the Red Bulls.
Well, Ayunga won't mind. The Cameroon international, who was called up last year, came from the Cameroonian Premier League. and really a force in this left back spot. Has played 3 of the 4 games now for the Red Bull reserves at left back.
Red Bull lost a couple of games. The reserve side there is away in the reserve league, but then won in the other interleague game they've played so far, which was a 3-0 win over Dayton Dutch Lions.
Yeah, Bustamante, Stevenson, and Miyazaga with the goals in the 3-0 victory. All came in the second half.
That's a probing ball there into the battery box, but shepherded behind. It'll be a goal kick now for the Charleston Battery. 10 minutes played here, no score. Challenging conditions, I think, would be a generous way of describing it. It's Cooper. Clips it forward, headed high into the air. Wilson underneath it, heads away. Good touch there from Lewis, back to Wilson. Wilson will play it long for Mamadou Diouf to chase. He's got some pace. And he gets away from the defender with the ball again. Tries to square it into the middle. It's good defending by New York to cut out the danger. Oh, and that's a loose pass away, though. That'll be a throw-in for New York, though, level with the 18 on the far side.
That's the second time Diouf has got to the end line and really challenged the center backs for the Red Bull reserves. Looking for Dane Kelly in the middle right there. Was in a good position, just a bit behind him. Here he is again.
Kelly leaning on his defender, but it's straight through to the goalkeeper, Ryan Mira, who does have a little bit of experience. Highly rated young goalkeeper. It's amazing, isn't it? Because we've had tremendous weather all week, and then it started raining at 4 o'clock this afternoon, and apparently it's set in for the weekend now. Oh, that's an unlucky touch there. It's back to Farmer. He's going to have to put his foot through it. Kelly controls, turns with possession, tries to slide in the reverse angle pass. It was never really on. Vasiljevic takes up the running for New York. Out to this near side to Bustamante. Right-footed ball into the 18-yard box, headed away by Mueller. Van Schaik with possession. Steps past a player and another. And now to the halfway line. He's got options out on the left side. Here's Andre Lewis. Now Abdallah. Abdallah lifts one over the top. Great ball if he can find Griffith, which he can. Griffith onto his left foot. Chips into the back post. He overhits the cross, though, and it's behind for a goal kick.
Well, this is a game that you're not going to be really able to use that sort of pace on the wings with Quentin Griffith and Andre Lewis. It's going to be a slow game for sure. The build-up is going to have to be good, even though that's going to be hard working the ball around with such a slick pitch in some spots, very, very slow.
Yeah, the players, you can already see how they've adjusted to playing on it and have been lifting the ball where they need to. Look at the way it skips across the surface, and that's good goalkeeping by Mira to come out and grab it.
It's unpredictable, though, isn't it? Sometimes it'll skip and sometimes it'll stay. You just got to play the ball quickly, quick reaction time, and put yourself in good position.
Farmer underneath the loose ball, slices it out to this near side. It'll be a throw-in for the Red Bulls. Coached, by the way, by John Wolniak, who has played here a few times, both with Red Bulls and during previous incarnations when he was playing in USL. Oh, that's a chance for New York. It came across really awkwardly, and in the end, the player just missed the volley.
Well, it was a similar spot to where the Orlando City player got his goal from in the 75th minute of the last game. Span it was, and it was a good ball put in. Eric Stevenson just couldn't quite get a handle on it inside the box.
Diouf's just too strong over there, isn't he? But on this occasion, the referee didn't like the physicality of his challenge. And it'll be a free kick for New York Red Bulls. Just going back to Wolniak, he won a USL championship. I think it was an A-League championship at the time with Milwaukee. I'm trying to think what year that was. Probably 2002, maybe 2001. But has also played here, of course, with New York Red Bulls and is now the reserve team coach up there for New York. Had a quick chat with him before the match. Seems to be enjoying his role as New York get the ball under control on the far side. Down the line it goes. Wilson in quickly with a challenge, and it'll be a throw-in for the Red Bulls.
It's got to be a fascinating job being the reserve coach. Constantly your team is changing. Right now they have 2 players on the bench. Not much depth, not constant shuffling of the team. And you got to just play with the pieces you're dealt.
And I suppose that's the rationale there, is why the leagues are changing and why next year every MLS team will either have an affiliate in USL Pro or will enter a team into USL Pro as a standalone team, which apparently is what New York is going to do as Kelly leans in. The referee didn't like the challenge there either. You could see the pace that Kelly brings, though. And yeah, just going back to that point, Dane, next year New York Red Bulls will have a standalone team in USL Pro.
Yeah, it's exciting stuff. Obviously, this is the kickoff year for the affiliates, and we've already seen big improvements in the quality and the competition all around the USL Pro League, and only good things to come as this relationship.
Mira with the free kick, and he hammers it out to this near side. That's going to be difficult to control. Straight into touch. Throw in for the Battery. Farmer across, the big defender from Edmonton. On loan from Vancouver Whitecaps this year. Down the line, he goes with the throw. Flicked on by Diouf. Up and away by New York. Griffith got a piece of it, but it's going to be New York who claimed the loose ball. Oh, it's one back there. Took a deflection. Van Schaik with it. Can he find a teammate? Goes to ground, trying to scoop it forward, and New York will clear their lines to the halfway line. Counter-attack on here, perhaps? No. Into touch, throw in Battery.
Back and forth stuff, but it really seems the Battery have been the more comfortable working the ball around and keeping possession. Oof.
Heavy challenge there from Diouf, and the referee blows his whistle. It's going to be a free kick for New York. It just seemed to me he just left his feet a second there, didn't he? But in the end he got the ball, but the referee didn't like the challenge.
Yeah, I think it was the look of the challenge more than the results of it. It was a hardy looking challenge, meaty challenge that didn't really amount to too much.
Quarter of an hour gone. Charleston Battery 0. New York Red Bulls 0. Back it goes to Mira. Allowed to roll it out from the back to the right back. Back inside now. Need to be careful here because the surface isn't the best to pass on.
Go.
Oof, and they're playing it square, and you know,
it's not the place you want to be playing it around.
Just got to be a little bit careful, but they get away with it, and away it goes. Wilson plays it back into the midfield. It's Van Schaik now. Picks out Farmer on the right side. Farmer controls inside to Falvey. Falvey boots it forward, the Irishman. He won't mind the conditions, I'm sure. It's Van Schaik caught in possession. Lewis can't win the tackle, and here come New York now on the far side. Swung into the box. It's not a bad idea, actually. It wasn't too far away from the striker, and Charleston with possession. Roll it out from the back, and now hit long. And that's a good ball, and the chase is on for Kelly, but it'll skip through on the surface to the goalkeeper, Mira.
Well, you can only imagine that Dane Kelly is going to see a lot of those sorts of balls where he's asked to chase on and try to beat Ryan Mira to the ball around the 18, because the balls on the ground really haven't been working too much. And the balls over the top will certainly invite the long runs from Diouf and Kelly up top, and on the other side, Jarek Etienne.
Not quite 20 minutes in yet. Nothing really clear-cut for either side. We've had some half chances as Lewis beats the ball down for himself on the far side and does well, keeps it in play. No, the referee saw that one out. It was actually Dane Kelly who was chasing it down. It'll be a throw-in for New York, level with the 18 on the far side. Battery on the road next week for a pair of games. Actually, the next 4 games for Charleston Battery, road games.
And I was talking to Coach Anhauser about, the importance of this game here tonight before going on the road for 4 consecutive, and he really wasn't all too worried in the road trip coming up. He's more interested in getting the 3 points at home, securing up the points that are available here at Blackbaud, and obviously getting the first win out of the way here tonight would be a very important thing for the team in black and yellow here tonight.
Not going to be easy, though, is it? You can see the fight that the New York Red Bulls are bringing. This game there for both teams, and given away there, or cut out rather, by Abdallah, and he picks out Griffith on the right side. Griffith steps past his man and pushes off, and here he comes now. Looked like he got a little tug there. The referee plays on. No, the referee allows play on because Griffith has gone down. I think he may have pulled his hamstring, you know, because I'm not sure there was too much contact, Dane.
No, you could see it right there. He stops immediately, and that is a terrible sight for the Charleston battery. Quentin Griffith, so versatile along that right side wing, such a pacey attacker, and to see him go down like that is troublesome, not just for Coach Anhauser, but for the rest of the squad.
Yeah, I could see him just accelerate there, and there was a little arm up from the New York player, but not enough to slow him down. And the battery medical folks come on. MUSC Sports Medicine. By the way, it's MUSC Sports Medicine sponsorship night tonight. They were giving away 2,000 pairs of sunglasses, which have become completely irrelevant.
How ironic.
It is, isn't it? And that's tempting fate, really, and they shouldn't have done it, I suppose you would say, but I'm sure they'll give them away at a later game. It's unfortunate. I think Griffith is done. I don't think he can continue.
No, I'm not sure if it's his knee or his hammy, but it's something that you don't want to mess too much with. And he'll have a talk with Bobby Weisenberger and maybe trying to come back onto the pitch.
Well, let's hope he's okay. If it's a hamstring, that would be that, wouldn't it? But if it is perhaps a little knock he got, maybe he can come back in. Let's see.
Well, the worrying thing is it wasn't off of any contact. It was just off the run of play. No one really touched him, and he's back in the game.
Left ankle, we're being told, and he's back in. So let's see if he can get through the next 10 minutes. And you just saw the pace that he brings there. He stepped past New York's left back, Oyongo. Good header there from Mueller. Diouf tries to scamper after it. Strong challenge by Van Schaik. That was a classic, wasn't it? Sliding in. And Griffith chips one over the top looking for Kelly. It's not fully away yet from Red Bull. Abdallah helps it on. Away by the Red Bulls again. And Diouf is there with possession in the puddle. Looks up. Tries to, he can't even kick it. I mean, it's dreadful, really. He couldn't even get his foot through the ball. It's away by the Red Bulls. Oh, given away there. Lewis can't control it on the surface. It is really scrappy out there. And finally driven away by the Red Bulls and then given away in turn. And here comes Diouf trying to pick out a player on this near side. It's scuffed away. It'll be a throw-in for the battery. Of course, in these conditions, the referee has control of the game, doesn't he, Dane? If he decides the surface isn't playable, he'll need to call the game.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. It is in his hands, and he'll have to decide.
Kelly there at the edge of the 18, dispossessed after the ball through from Andre Lewis. I mean, it's a tough one, isn't it? But, you know, it isn't really that easy for the players to work in a surface like this. That's a good ball, and here comes Wilson now. Swings it into the middle, and a good take by Mira. He had to be sure there because there were two battery strikers bearing down on him.
Well, that's what it's going to have to come from, isn't it, Andrew? The wide play with the balls being sent in, and Red Bull really having a troublesome time trying to even clear their lines, get the ball above midfield, and the time being, the back four seems a bit at 6s and 7s right now.
Abdallah there gifted the ball, but his shot misses the target, and it will be a goal kick for New York Red Bulls. Mira will take it. Gets great distance on it to the halfway line, into the wind and into the rain. It's headed down by New York. Falvey, the captain, is there. Scoops it away, looking for Griffith, who's recovered from his knock. Good touch there. Holds off the New York player. Farmer tries to chip it down the line. Wins possession. Picks out Diouf. Diouf can't control it. And it'll go. Oh, it's given away, and it's Kelly. Through on goal. Round the keeper. The shot is blocked. Lewis now. He dribbles past, and his shot is blocked. And the Red Bulls get away with it. Unbelievable.
Oh, nightmare stuff from Billy Stevens, who just hasn't, I suppose, picked up the lesson 22 minutes in that you can't be lax with those balls in the back. And, boy, really got away with one. Dane Kelly had a chance to take it one time, tried to make a move around the goalkeeper, Ryan Mera, and fluffed his lines for sure.
Yeah, Kelly missed his chance, and then Lewis also digging in there. Flag will go up here for offside. Etienne just on the wrong side of the shoulder there of Jackson Farmer. But the Battery with the best chance so far and unable to convert.
Well, we talked about the mistakes being a big factor in the early going, and if you tuned in to watch some Joga Bonito, that's not what you're going to get tonight. This is going to be a game that's going to be won and lost because of this weather.
Yeah, it's going to be, you're definitely going to have to fight tonight for sure as that ball is seen into touch. It'll be a goal kick now for the Battery. I mean, the referee is out there, isn't he, Howard Ash, and you know, he's in the conditions, he's seeing the surface, he's seeing the players struggling on it, but for now at least he considers the game able to be played. We'll see if that changes as that kick is poor from Cooper, but he gets away with it. Wilson helps it round the corner. Now Van Schaik, who's pulled left there, and he plays it over the top looking for Diouf. It'll run through to Mera, and the bounce was favourable to the goalkeeper. Got it right and plucks it out of the air. Flash flood warning is coming through on my phone until 11:30 tonight. Well, we can see that happening here. If you're joining us late, you're watching the Charleston Battery versus New York Red Bull Reserves here at Blackboard Stadium. An interleague game tonight in challenging conditions. Scores, stats, news and more exclusively on USLProSoccer.com. And of course, visit the USL Pro fan page on Facebook at facebook.com/USLPro. New York Red Bulls with possession. Driven out to the far side. Excellent ball there from Connor Lade. Here come the Red Bulls into the box. Wilson across. Oh, palm down, and actually he managed to grab it as it hit the ground. Good save by the goalkeeper.
Yeah, there was a chance for a rebound, I do believe. Great ball out wide by Connor Lade, and Eric Stevenson was the one who put the shot on goal, blistered it in to the hands of Odesno Cooper, who did well just to keep it in front of him and be able to get a grasp on it.
Here's Abdallah going through the middle. Can he hang on to possession in the puddle there? He can, and he chips one round the corner. It's up and away by New York. Abdallah helps it on again. In turn, it's a touch from Diouf. Now Griffith to Abdallah. Somehow he gets that under control and whips it out to the far side. Good ball. Nice touch. Kelly trying to get past his man. Away by New York, though. They'll play it short on the surface. They just need to make sure of the passing. That's a good ball out to the far side. Here come the Red Bulls. 27 minutes in. Charleston's midfielders struggling to get back goal side. Now they are. As the rain continues to pour down, there's a little chip through the middle, touched away by Farmer, and then volleyed clear by the Battery. Hammered away by Falvey. Here's a Yongo. Caught in possession. The ball will cross the line on this near side. It'll be a throw-in for the Red Bulls. That one into touch. Which way is he going to give it? I think it'll be a Battery throw-in. Unlucky there. Derek Etienne Jr. And one back by New York. Connor Lade. Driven ball out. Oh, he just couldn't wrap his foot around that on that occasion. Actually, it was Ruben Bova who hit that one. Mishit it. It'll be a throw-in for Charleston. Oh, this is where the players really earn their money, isn't it? Because it is atrocious conditions. Lewis finds Abdallah. Back to Lewis. Looks up. Plays it square to Van Schaik. Creates a bit of space for himself, and he picks out Lewis. Lewis on his right foot. Cuts it back inside. Still going, Lewis. Top of the 18. The shot is saved by Mira, who pushes it round the post. It'll be a corner kick for the Battery.
And Andre Lewis just pinching in a little bit more centrally and dipping one defender, getting some space. Thought he might have had a chance at a shot earlier, but did well to put it on frame. And Mira forced to make a save, his first of the afternoon.
Good save as well. And now the Battery can send up the big boys from the back for this. This is a chance for the home side. Here in the 29th minute, the corner comes into the back post and bundled away by the Red Bulls. Not fully clear yet. Oh, it skips on the surface. They should get it away now, though. Well, it's not fully clear. It's difficult, and Charleston win it back. Sent down the line for Griffith. Can he get the cross in? He can. He scoops it into the back post, and it's palmed away by Mira, who was in trouble there for a second. Oh, touched inside again. Charleston with a chance here, and the shot is over the top. Good save by Ryan Mira. Corner kick, Charleston Battery.
Great move by Andre Lewis on the end line over there to pass one defender and then put it into a dangerous spot, very tempting spot for Diouf, who couldn't turn in time to beat Mera, who was off his line at just the right time.
There's a player receiving some treatment just to the right here. If you're joining us late, half an hour played. It's Charleston 0, New York 0. It's a corner kick for the Battery from the far side. Sent in at the near post. It wasn't the best corner. Andre Lewis, I believe it is, who got there first. Another chance for a corner now, and it's Lewis on the far side. And he tried to cut past the player, but he was never going to get round him, and New York get it away. Wilson, the veteran underneath it, heads into touch. It'll be a throw-in for the Red Bulls.
Well, he just had to be certain of it. Johnny Wilson right there, because he was the last one back. But Andre Lewis, even though the pitch is incredibly slick, seeming to put his stamp on this game. He's a very tricky player over there on that left-hand side, and we've seen him a couple of times give the defenders fits.
That's good football there from New York. It just breaks down for a second, and Charleston win it back, stringing some passes together on the far side. Wilson shrugs off the challenge. The veteran flicks forward there, looking for the partnership of Diouf and Kelly, but it's one back by New York at the halfway line. They'll clip it forward, headed away by the Battery. Good header, actually. And then good ball there from Lewis to Abdallah. And now here's Griffith. Well, he's trying to dribble on the surface. He's not going to get it through. Now Farmer. Little ball forward for Lewis. For Griffith, rather. It's Farmer again. Was he pushed down there? The referee says no. It'll be a throw-in. Quickly taken. Abdallah on his right foot.
There's just
it's like a lake, isn't it? The players really can't play on that area of the pitch. Nicely done, though, by Abdallah to get it to Griffith. Griffith plays it into the middle. Takes a nasty little bounce. Not fully clear here. And it should be cleared now by the Red Bulls. Again, if you're joining us late, it's Charleston 0. New York 0. We're playing in a deluge at Blackboard Stadium, and you can see if you're watching the game, the surface is not very kind at the moment for the players. Again, though, the referee with control here. If he decides the conditions allow it, the game will continue.
You just wonder if the attackers for the Red Bulls have been noticing this little region of the pitch where you just cannot dribble at all, and when they switch sides, if they'll be able to learn from the Battery's couple of mistakes.
It's a good ball in, and Cooper just bobbled it for a second, but he gathers it on the second attempt and throws out, puts Abdallah under a bit of pressure, but Abdallah gets the pass away to Griffith. Griffith, well, he tried to run at the defender. It falls nicely for Charleston with Van Schaik, and still Van Schaik. Tackled out on the far side. It'll be a throw-in for the Battery. It was Connor Lade, the captain. Lade, by the way, scored an absolute cracker here in the Open Cup a couple of years ago. I think it was a game winner. And he was on the bench on Wednesday night, but didn't get into the game against Philadelphia for the first team.
He's a homegrown product that had a tremendous rookie season. Ended up getting a call up to the national team in January of 2013. Came from relative obscurity and bust onto the scene, but has been plagued by some leg and foot injuries. Good to see him back into the middle of the park, which is usually not his accustomed role. He usually likes to play out wide, likes to play on the wing, but doing well in the middle so far.
Kelly trying to slip it through for Diouf. After controlling it well, he couldn't find the pass there. And that got Coach John Wozniak off of the bench. Down below us, out of your frame, it's New York with possession on the far side. The rain absolutely belting down here. Dreadful conditions, but the players fight on. 0-0 the score. It's sent forward. It'll skip through on the greasy surface to Adisno Cooper, the goalkeeper. Throws it out. Mueller for the battery now. He's not going to mess around. He just launches it down into the corner, and it's actually not a bad ball. It'll run away. It'll be a throw-in for New York and allow the battery midfield to push up here.
Coach Anhauser had some hopes and ambitions of an early goal to just settle things down a little bit. Obviously, I don't think he was counting on the weather to be quite as harsh and limiting to his attacking players.
It does make it a lot different. Definitely levels the playing field. Really makes it hard for both teams. Good touch there from Griffith. Can he keep control? He can somehow. Finds Abdallah. Abdallah on his left foot. Chips it through. That's a good ball. Oh, unlucky. Mamadou Diouf couldn't quite get on the end of it. Excellent ball from Abdallah. And straight into the arms of Mira, the goalkeeper.
Wonderful vision from Abdallah, who really has been one of the men of the matches so far for this Charleston Battery squad early on. And he really seems to be the only one kind of understanding the pitch and where to play those aerial balls and when to keep it on the ground.
I think it's almost a case of always launch it here. 10 minutes to go till the break. Hopefully both sets of players have got a spare uniform to pull on at half-time, because they're going to be soaked as the rain continues. Wilson, the veteran, underneath it. Got a good touch. Now Lewis, the Jamaican. Chips it forward, across rather, to Van Schaik. Kelly holds off the defender but loses it in the challenge, and New York Red Bulls have it back. And that's won back by the battery. The flag will go up, though, because Mamadou Diouf was in an offside position when the ball was played. And it'll be a free kick for the New York Red Bulls. Make sure to follow at USL Pro on Twitter for all the latest updates. And, of course, Nike is a proud sponsor of USL Pro. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike Soccer information. And don't forget, every USL Pro regular season and playoff game will stream live on YouTube in 2014. Features include DVR chat, social media interactivity. Subscribe for free to the Charleston Battery YouTube channel today. Nicky Patterson, former Battery player, chiming in on the Twitter feed. He says, great Scottish weather. This is like a summer's day, isn't it, Nicky? As the Battery dig in at the edge of the 18. New York maintain possession. Griffith sets his eyes on the loose ball, but here come New York now as Griffith slips on the surface. He's going to try and have a go at Farmer, who pushes him wide. The cross comes into the middle. Abdallah is there. The pass to Griffith had to shoulder the player away, but it still continues as Griffith shows his strength. It'll be a free kick for the Battery.
Well, if there was any questions about his leg or his ankle or whatever it was, I think that answered it right there.
Let's just keep our fingers crossed. Maybe we'll the rain will ease up a little bit and allow the pitch to drain. I mean, it is absolutely bucketing it down. It really is kind of remarkable that the pitch is even still playable in the condition it is. The rain is causing both teams problems. Good touch there by Diouf. And, there was a push, was there? Or Diouf could have turned and gone to goal, but the referee pulls it back. It's going to be a free kick for the Battery, an attacking free kick here. We'll give a shout out to everybody downstairs watching in the Three Lions Club. There's probably 200 or 300 down there staying out of the weather, watching the game on the TV feed below us. It's Van Schaik now for the Battery. Awkward one this for New York to defend. It swung in. It's a good ball. Saved on the line by Miras. Terrific save. I don't think it would have counted. The flag is up on this near side for offside. Well, credit to the keeper, though, Dane, because despite the offside flag, he kept the ball out of the goal.
Yeah, I didn't know much about the offside, did Ryan Mira, and how about the save? It's been a couple of those now for Mira, 3, I think, by my count, that he's had to deal with and done so beautifully. The Red Bull keeper who started off with the first team in his rookie season, but has been a little scarce to come back.
Yeah, still a young goalkeeper. I think still a big prospect for New York Red Bulls. And as you said, he had a fantastic first year. And, we'll just have to hope that he continues to improve as Falvey earns his side, the battery side, a throw-in, and Farmer takes it square. Here's Mueller, out to Wilson. Wilson on the left side, he'll play it long for Diouf. Diouf flicks it high into the air. It wasn't what he intended. Lewis can't control it, and now New York send it long.
Well, it may not be the prettiest game, but both sides not short of chances. The Red Bull had their chance with Stevenson with a blistering shot on goal. The Battery have had a handful of theirs and still scoreless.
That's a good ball into the back post, and it'll be kept alive here for New York. There's cover. There's some help on this near side, but that took a deflection, and now Griffith in with a hard challenge on the youngster. Kelly across to help as well, but he's beaten off the ball by Connor Lade. Chips it down the line. Oh, and into touch. Unlucky. It'll be a throw-in now for Charleston.
Ayongo's having a tough time dealing with Quentin Griffith. The pace and the strength of the number 11 in black and yellow is really giving him a bit of trouble.
Throw down the line from Farmer. 50-50 challenge there, and the referee didn't like the way that the Red Bulls player, Bustamante, just led with the shoulder, and it'll be a free kick for the Battery. I'm sure the player's actually quite enjoying the conditions, you know.
Yeah, well, it's a little better than, you know, in the heat of the summer in dead August, but I'm sure if they had it their way, they'd be able to dribble all around the pitch.
Falvey to take the free kick, chips it forward. It's a dangerous one, and it took a little touch from Dane Kelly, and he leans into the play to concede possession back to New York with a free kick down by the corner flag. He'll help the young man to his feet. You can probably hear on the broadcast the wind whipping in on our ambient mic and the rain driving into it. Again, if you're joining us late, 5 minutes to go until half-time. 0-0 the score. Horrendous conditions here in Charleston, South Carolina. It's not a hurricane, but it is deluge of rain, biblical style. As Charleston get onto the loose ball, it's Kelly. Has a strike from distance, it bounces awkwardly, but Mira got his positioning right and makes the save.
And hey, it's not a bad shot at all from Dane Kelly, who just skips it before it gets to Ryan Mira, and that is bound to give a keeper plenty to think about, and Mira dealt with it as he's done so well here tonight.
Here's Andre Lewis, skips past a challenge, and is beaten off the ball over there. It just really doesn't favour dwelling on the ball too long in these conditions. And here come New York now on the far side. They've got two in the middle. Overlap over there as well. Knocked away though by Jared Van Schaik. It's played long. Took a little touch on the way through. Keeper's out of his box. Comfortable and assured touch from Mira to prevent the chance.
And I'll tell you, that was bouncing around the zone where that ball tends to just stop flat, and Mira had to watch out.
Etienne keeping Taylor Mueller honest over there. It'll be a throw-in for New York Red Bulls. They work it back into the midfield to Connor Lade. He sends it out to the far side. Abdallah is in with a tackle and wins possession back. Can he find a teammate? Knocked to the ground. Play on, says the referee. No foul.
He's not shy to throw his body around out there in the middle of the park, is he, Amina Abdallah?
He's a big boy. He's well over 6 foot. Still, it looks like he's got some filling out to do, but he's definitely a presence in the centre of midfield. Ayongo up against Farmer. Decides to go back into the midfield. And that one's sent all the way back to Mira. He's going to hit that long. He doesn't want to pass it out this time. Good header there, won by Bustamante. Charleston try and dig the ball away. It's out to the far side. Here come New York. Maybe a chance for the Red Bulls. Took a deflection, and it's behind. It'll be a corner kick for the New York Red Bulls from the far side. So this a chance, and a little bit of respite for them. They've been on the back foot a little bit, and up come a couple of the defenders from the back. There's Kevin Pollitz. We haven't mentioned his name much. He's up from the back. In it comes at the near post. It's headed away. And Farmer will actually find that ball on this near side. He's got to wait, but now he plays it long, looking for Dane Kelly. Headed down by New York. Well played there by, let's see, that's number 25, Duval. Now Oyongo. It's a good bit of the field here. They can actually pass it. And in the middle there, you can sort of guess it where the crown is. Out to the far side. Lewis across defending for the Battery. The few fans that have remained holding umbrellas to keep the water off. Kept in on this near side. Farmer stops the cross, but he can only knock the ball behind for a corner. And with a couple of minutes remaining in the first half, this is a good spell for the New York Red Bulls.
Yeah, starting to find themselves, maybe frustration setting in for the Charleston Battery, who have had the lion's share of chances, but later on in this first half, it's the Red Bulls taking control.
It's Bova with the corner, swung in at the near post, headed away by Charleston. New York first to the loose ball. It comes back out to Bova. Bova on his right foot, sweeps it across, headed away again by the Battery, and this time Diouf has it at his feet. And he rolls it into the path of Lewis. The counter-attack is on here.
This is where he's at his best, Lewis.
Lewis out to the far side to Wilson. Wilson on the overlap. Looks up. Two in the middle for Charleston. Early cross in. Straight into the arms of Ryan Meara, the goalkeeper.
You would want better for Johnny Wilson, and I think he'd say the same thing if you asked him. But he had plenty of support in the box. Just needed to tease one into Meara's box and ask one of his players to go up and chase it.
Here come the New York Red Bulls then with possession. Chipped forward to the halfway line. We're into time added on at the end of the first half. It'll be 1 minute added on.
Well, you can understand that. The officials wanting to get into the locker room just like all the players out there and the fans in the stands.
Absolutely. It's going to be a throw in here for Charleston, I think. So maybe time for one last attack for the Battery. It's an angled throw for Kelly, who can't keep it in play. It'll be a goal kick for New York Red Bulls. If the referee's got anything about him, he'll blow his whistle now and get inside, let the players dry off, and hopefully the field conditions will allow the second half to be played here at Blackboard Stadium. It's 0-0 here. Charleston Battery 0, New York Red Bulls 0. Interleague game here tonight that is coming to you via the Battery's USL Pro YouTube channel. Hope you're enjoying the game wherever you're watching this evening. Falvey wins the header. The ball skips and now holds up on the surface. This is an awkward one for the Red Bulls defender. He does well, though, and drags it into touch. It's a throw-in for the Battery. Not too much time remaining in the first half. Sent down for Farmer. Oh, it took a lucky bounce there. It's out to this near side. Diouf trying to get to the byline, and he can't. Good defending. There is the half-time whistle. 0-0 after 45 minutes. We're going to take a break. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we'll have uninterrupted coverage of the second half for you. Again, Charleston Battery 0, New York Red Bulls 0, and we'll be back in just a few minutes.
America's top travel magazine named Charleston the best city in the nation, so it's no secret that people are flocking here. But people from all over the world come to MUSC for our unparalleled expertise year after year. Maybe that's why so many national organizations invest in our breakthroughs, and why so many of the world's top doctors continue to join us. So while Charleston's magnetic draw may not surprise you, we wanted to remind you about ours. MUSC, changing what's possible.
Surface okay, and we will be starting the second half in just a few minutes. Looks like New York are going to make a change. Because, oh no, I was going to say, looks like they're making a change, but no, it is Ryan Mira coming out, the goalkeeper. That would have been a big surprise because he had a good half, didn't he, Dane?
Well, yeah, he really did. And aside the fact that the Red Bull don't have a spare goalkeeper on their on their roster,
at least not listed right now. Yeah, you're right. So yeah, he is out there, Mira, and the Battery will have possession as our referee, Mr. Ash, gets us back underway in the second half. The Charleston Battery home side in the yellow and black. They'll be going from right to left in the second half. 45 minutes to play here. This is the fourth game of the season for Charleston. I think it's the fourth Reserve League game as well for New York. They lost 2-1-1. The Battery coming into this 2 ties, and 1 loss, no wins. And here we go. We're getting set for a second 45 minutes. I was talking to Jake Edwards, Vice President of USL, who's here tonight, former Battery player, making a little visit up. Talking to him at halftime, and he said he's played in much worse conditions. But, of course, he grew up in England, so he would say that. It's Battery with the ball, and it's Wilson who hammers it long, takes a nasty deflection, and New York need to get it away here, which they do to the halfway line. Etienne helps it on, and in turn, it's away by the Battery, and then one back by Griffith. Griffith sending it round the outside. Off the shoulder of the defender is Dane Kelly, and he's offside. Free kick, New York.
Well, Andrew, the story of the first half was really playing the pitch. You know, you gotta be aware of your surroundings, aware of where you can take chances and taking on a defender, and where you gotta just dink it over the top and maybe avoid some of the puddles. Now that the fields have switched, you gotta just keep out, see if those teams, each team was aware of their counterpoints, weaknesses in the field perhaps, and take advantage of those spots. But like we said earlier, sloppy game that's going to certainly have some sloppy mistakes, and it's whichever team can take advantage is the team that's going to find success here on this rainy Friday night.
Definitely it's going to be the team, in my opinion, that steps up for the physical challenge, because it is nasty out there, and there's an early physical challenge from Abdullah in the middle, and the Red Bulls player struggling there. That's a poor touch from the Battery's Abdallah, and here come New York on the far side. Farmer will try and stop the cross, and he does. It'll be a corner kick for New York Red Bulls. So a chance for New York here, early doors in the second half. They'll have the Battery on the back foot here. Charleston back defending.
Sort of the way they ended the first half.
Short corner. Charleston across to defend it, but only one player over there. Here's the ball swung into the back post. Oh, it's headed wide of the target, just wide at the back post. For a second, I thought that was in. Big chance there for New York.
Oh, it was a beautiful service to the back post, and it was Bustamante, who was just in acres of space, needed to get it on frame because it was Cooper who had a lot of work to do to get to that side of the goal.
There's a poor kick there from Cooper straight to New York, and they're on the front foot here at the start of the second half. 48 minutes gone. 0-0 the score. Here come New York again. It's sent into the middle, this time straight into the midriff of the goalkeeper, Odisnell Cooper, and he can punt this one away.
Well, it's been the plot line here 3 games into the season for this Charleston Battery team.
Oh, good touch there from Kelly, and Diouf is in behind here. Can he bring it forward to the top of the 18? He can. He's tackled, and a good challenge from the central defender, who goes across, keeps the ball in play, and hammers it away to the halfway line. Well played there by New York.
It was a good idea from Diouf, too. He just wanted to dink it over to Dane Kelly. Unselfish stuff there from Diouf, and woo.
Little bit of a tussle at the halfway line, or just inside the half, and Abdallah down under the challenge is okay. He's not going to require any treatment. Really scrapping away there in the middle. Who was that? Connor Lade?
Yeah.
He was battling with the captain, and he's up and okay. Good player, that Connor Lade. 49 minutes in. It's 0-0. They'll leave it for Mira, and he'll be launching this from the halfway line. This will put some pressure on the Battery. Pings it forward. Free header, though, for Griffith, who gets it away. Awkward bounce. Abdallah gets a touch. He's tackled over there on the far side. It's a throw-in for the Battery. Some scrappy moments in the first half, as you would expect. Probably the best chance of the game, though, fell to the Battery. with Kelly going around the keeper, but his shot was blocked. And then Lewis also having a chance with Mira out of position, but he couldn't get it past the defender, and it ended up behind for a corner. 5 minutes played already in the second half. Miserable conditions here in Charleston, South Carolina. It's not a good advert for the #1 tourist city in America as Charleston win it back. It's a good ball pushed through for Diouf, top of the 18. Charleston with players forward, but Diouf tackled on the far side of the box. He couldn't really get a touch away there, could he?
Now the defenders were closing him down nicely, but another turnover in the middle of the park allows the Charleston Battery to press on and drive at the defenders.
That's a good ball out for Lewis, who is tackled on this near side. Good strong challenge, and in turn it's a sliding challenge from Van Schaik. It's a throw-in now for the Red Bulls.
Van Schaik just seems like he was made for this sort of game, doesn't he? He's been sliding all over the place and really enjoying himself out there, I could only assume.
Here's Connor Lade, works it out to the left side. The game's opened up here in the second half. Both teams, it would seem, a little more used to the surface. That looked like a push from Farmer, but the referee allows play to continue. Charleston play it long, and a little bit of pressure here on New York as it's sent back to the keeper. Mira takes a touch, looks up, and does well. Picks out a player on this near side. It's Duval, is that? Yes, Chris Duval. Sent forward, one back by the captain, Falvey. Short one inside to Abdallah. Now Wilson, the left back. Pings it forward, it's Dane Kelly. Sets it back to Lewis. Back inside now to Kelly. Little bit of cleverness from Kelly, but the ball forward is off target. It was a good move initially from Dane Kelly, but he couldn't find a teammate in the pass. And now the counter-attack is on. Here come New York. Nicely done there by Wilson, too strong in the challenge, but he's lost it out there. And here come New York again with Bustamante. Brings it wide. That's one of the bad areas of the pitch right there where they're playing right now. And Charleston dig the ball out, and not the best clearance. Duval. Inside now, back out to Duval. Down the line it goes. Bustamante sends it into the box. Charleston eye the tackle and clear it away, clip it out to this near side. It's going to be a throw-in for the Red Bulls. It does look like the pitch has improved, actually. I know if you're watching, you're probably laughing at that comment, but compared to how it was, which must mean the rain has kind of eased off a little bit. There's a bad area of the pitch. You can see Charleston across the defender. Abdallah wins the tackle and flicks it out to the far side for Griffith. He's got some pace, but he's beaten to the ball by Onyongo. Onyongo sends it down the line. Now New York attack on the far side. Falvey across, the captain, trying to stop the ball coming into the box. Little ball into the area. That's good football from Red Bulls. It's played into the middle. A chance for New York. It's parried away and then cleared out to this near side.
For the second time tonight, the Red Bulls getting a good look at goal inside of the area, and Odesmo Cooper having to deal with it. That time was unable to contain it, put it out into a dangerous area, but Falvey right there was lucky that there was no attackers waiting for the rebound in the middle.
That one dribbled into touch. I'll tell you what, we'll give Coach Wolniak some credit because he's got his side revved up after the halftime break.
Yeah, they've come out exactly the way they went into halftime. On the front foot, pedal to the metal sort of stuff, where the Charleston Battery have really not been allowed any space to take a load off, maybe catch their breath and knock the ball around a bit, which seemingly the pitch is allowing more and more of as this game goes on.
Down the line it goes. Good touch here from Diouf. Turns into trouble. Digs in the middle is Abdallah. Got a touch, but it's New York with possession. Charleston, again, forced back into their defensive shape. It's Onyongo on the far side. Won there by Falvey. And then hit long, looking for Kelly. Does well to control it. Finds a teammate in Van Schaik, and now Lewis in space on this near side. Brings it under control. Holds play up and looks for some movement. Slips it inside to Abdallah. Abdallah drives it around the outside for Kelly. Top of the 18-yard box. He's got three in the middle if he can get the cross in. And the cross is blocked. Good defending from New York. It'll be a throw-in now for the Battery.
Abdallah just asking him to play that ball, show into the box again. No need to force a corner right there. And now
this would be a good moment for a long throw, wouldn't it, if you have one? But it's thrown in short by the Battery. They lose possession a little bit cheaply, and New York clear it away to the halfway line. One back by Mueller, who's relishing the physical battles himself as Wilson holds off the challenge. That looks like a foul. Play on, says the referee. Working hard tonight, John Wilson. Mueller on his left foot. Flicks it forward. It might sit up on the surface. Mira comes out. It's not the best clearance. Now Abdallah sets it forward. Kelly turns with possession. Abdallah gets it just around the corner to Griffith. Down the line for Farmer. Good football from the Battery. The cross comes into the back post, and it's headed over the top by New York. Corner kick, Charleston.
Well, it's a fantastic build-up that sort of just came to Quentin Griffith over there on that right-hand side. Laid it off for Jackson Farmer.
Yeah, well
Put
done.
In a great ball.
The youngster, the right back, making good ground to get round the outside on the overlap. Here's a chance then for the Battery. It's Andre Lewis with the corner for Charleston. He's got a pretty good right foot, Lewis, as we've seen early in the season already. That's a decent ball, and it bounces at the edge of the 18-yard box. Abdallah gets there first. Turns it down the line. Right-footed ball into the middle. Deflected away. Not fully clear yet. Kelly, in the confusion there, gets the shot away. It's wide of the target. Goal kick.
Any half chance you got to put on target, as chances will be few and far between here. And Kelly.
Terrible kick from Mira, but is recovered briefly by New York. Then it's one back by Charleston. It's Lewis now on his right foot, edge of the 18. Cuts inside and almost gets away from the play. Now he does. Looks up, swings it into the back post. Great ball. Chance for the Battery, but the touch from Quentin Griffith wasn't to a teammate, and now the counter-attack on for the Red Bulls. Lovely flighted ball in there from Lewis. But now it's Charleston defending with Farmer on the far side in front of play. Sent forward to Etienne. A little 1-2 at the edge of the 18. Chance, is it? Oh, it skips wide of the target. I don't know if they knew where that was going. What's the referee's decision? Goal kick.
Oh, that was tremendous counter-attacking football. Knife to neck sort of stuff there off the one touch, and a gorgeous ball played in from Basiljevich. And it was Stevenson and Etienne who were just a bit confused on who it was going to be to take that on and try to put one on frame.
There to be one at the halfway line. Charleston hunting in packs, and they'll come up with a loose ball here as Lewis sends it down the line for Diouf. Diouf tackled, lusty challenge on this near side by the youngster Stevens, Billy Stevens. It's a throw-in now for the Charleston Battery. These players really having a go at each other. It's actually been very entertaining despite the conditions. It's Wilson now for the Battery. Challenged by Etienne. Wilson tackled and loses the ball. And now the counter-attack is on here for the Red Bulls. It's Bustamante. Waits and tackled by Abdallah. He couldn't get the ball past the big rangy midfielder on loan from Vancouver Whitecaps, Aminu Abdullah.
For me, he's been the man of the match so far. Box to box, really good work ethic put into this game, and he's been good defensively and done some stuff offensively that has created some chances.
It's a game that is built for central midfielders, isn't it, this? It really is, and, you know, there he is there, winning it back, and he tries to flick it through the gap for Lewis. Lewis onto the loose ball, tackled over there. It'll find its way to Diouf, will it? No, it's Connor Lade coming in to help out. Poor ball from Lade, and it's a poor finish from Kelly, who was in on goal. It was wide of the target. I think it was Dane Kelly from 18 yards out.
Nightmare stuff from Dane Kelly, who should have 2 goals on his name here today, and off of 2 terrible mistakes from the central defenders. I believe that time it was Kevin Politz who played it back.
Politz played it back. It got stuck in the on the surface, which we've talked about, and it just sat for Kelly, and he rushed at the shot, and he couldn't get much on it, and just scrapped it wide as Charleston dig in the middle, but it's New York strong enough to win it, and here they come now. It's the Red Bulls working it out to the far side. Bova, it was who played it across there, now down the line. New York with 3 players in the middle. It comes in, takes the deflection, maybe a chance here. Charleston forced to defend. He scuffed at the shot there, the youngster, and it's out and away by the battery. This is the spot where the ball just wants to sink down, isn't it? As the ball is into touch, it'll be a throw-in for the Charleston battery.
But I'll tell you what, if I'm John Walniak, I'm telling my back four, no more balls to the back, no more playing Ryan Mara, because it's just too dangerous in this sort of game to allow those attackers a chance like Dane Kelly has had on 2 occasions here tonight.
No nonsense defending there from John Wilson. It'll be an attacking throw in here for New York on the hour mark. The ball played deep, and well, he's got to be careful here, Oyongo, because Griffith's got some pace, and he caught Oyongo. Surely that's a foul. Play on, says the referee. It looked like a free kick. Play continues. For my money, Griffith caught the New York player there, but the referee didn't see much in it.
Well, the assistant did on the side and put down his
say,
flag.
It looked like he had his flag raised, didn't it? What's the decision here? Free kick New York for Van Schaik's challenge on the far side. Well, in the conditions, the referee absolutely has to get it right, doesn't he? Because otherwise it can get out of hand very quickly. Charleston are going to make a couple of changes here on the hour mark. Cordovez and Prince are the players preparing to come in.
Interesting to see who these will be for, because
I'm guessing probably Lewis for Prince and probably Diouf for Cordovez.
for me in this game, you can't use Quentin Griffith's pace like you usually would. Andre Lewis has had a good game putting in some balls, being tricky on the ball, and making things happen. Quentin Griffith certainly has that pace and couldn't play great balls in, but I thought he might have gone with Griffith to take out and left Andre Lewis, who's been a little impactful over the course of this hour.
Prince, the veteran, on for Lewis, and up front goes the big Cuban, Cordovez. So a good hour's work from Mamadou Diouf tonight. Charleston still push on here as the ball played through, and it skips through to Odisnell Cooper.
Well, this is the first time that we've seen Cordovez and Dane Kelly up top pairing up together. Of course, they were such a potent pair last year for the Charleston Battery. Back at it again and see if the Cuban Missile, as they call him, can do anything with 30 minutes to go in this game.
Well, Kelly's had a couple of chances. There's Abdallah using his body strength. The referee didn't like it. It's a free kick for New York, and he's going to get a booking, is he, Aminu Abdallah, for persistent infringement.
Yeah, I think he's been knocking down that door since about 20 minutes into the game. And you know what? It's a game that certainly calls for it. Aminu Abdallah has been all over the place, and I think he might feel a bit robbed if he didn't end this game with at least one booking. Hopefully no more than that if you're a Charleston Battery fan, though.
Yeah, he needs to be careful now, or he's in danger, isn't he? It's been very even, this game. I think hard to really judge the comparative strengths of the sides because the conditions have been so dreadful. Both teams have had a good go, though, at each other. And here come New York now as Farmer steps his foot out and wins possession. Good tackle. And now Cordovez pushes over the halfway line. He puts it down the line for Kelly to chase. Lots of pace over there, Kelly. Forces the clearance into touch on the far side. Throw in Charleston. Farmer takes a quick throw. Here's Griffith. Sets it. And then drives it into the middle. Kelly on the chest. Slips as he gets the shot away. It wouldn't have counted. The flag up for offside.
Well, that ball was hanging up in the air. I think Dane Kelly had visions of him all over Sports Center and the local news here tonight if the cameramen came out and wanted to bear through the rainy Friday night, but took it off the chest wonderfully and was just sent off by the offside flag.
Mira slams the ball away from edge of the 18-yard box. It's an awkward clearance from Charleston. It was Griffith who got a piece of it. And it's Prince here with his first touch. Looks up and will just send it forward. That's not a bad idea, but headed away by New York. And it's Lade who is onto the loose ball first. Plays it forward to Basalovic. Out to the far side. New York bring it infield. Now Duval. short one inside. Oh, that's good football. Nice little pull to the edge of the 18-yard box. Good passing here. And here's a chance. The player goes down. The referee says yes. Penalty kick. New York Red Bulls.
And he's got a decision to make here as well. Was he the last man?
Farmer, the player involved. Was it Farmer or Mueller? Mueller, I think. No, Farmer. I'm sure it was Farmer. And the referee points at the spot. So this, a big moment. And it's going to be a penalty for the Red Bulls and a chance for them to take a lead here.
This is right around the time that the Charleston Battery concede that lethal goal late on.
Well, you can see the coaching staff, Dane. Sorry, they're asking why no red card. It's just going to be a penalty. It's a yellow card, is it, for Zach Prince? I'm not sure that he was even involved.
It's a valid question from the coaching staff over here on the near side because Farmer seemed to be the last one between Etienne and the goal.
Is it Bustamante taking it?
He's already got a penalty to his name.
And he slots it home. 1-0 New York Red Bulls on the 66-minute mark.
And it's just a greasy pitch, slipping one through the heart of the defense. And Jackson Farmer, I believe it was, still not positive, but might have just been caught off and dragged the defender down. Credit to the New York Red Bulls who have come out in the second half and really played up to the Charleston Battery's level. And it ended it started in the beginning or at the end of the first half and is carried on into the second half.
A good second half for New York, and they're rewarded for their efforts with the go-ahead goal. Charleston with 25 minutes to see if they can respond here. Let's see what the response is as Charleston send it long. It's out to this near side. A throw-in here for the Battery. It's Prince to take it. Gets it in field to Cordovez. His touch isn't the best, but Wilson will retrieve possession. Now here's Mueller. Back out to Wilson, but it's away from the veteran, and it's into touch for a throw-in.
This is where you can't let frustration set in. The Battery can be thinking right now, 66 minutes into this game, and perhaps they could have been up 2-1 at this point, but they've had their chances, and they let them slip through the fingers.
Yeah,
Need to create some more here in the next 33 minutes.
A couple of gilt-edged chances, actually, but neither was taken. Free header here for Farmer, who snaps it forward. Charleston trying to keep New York honest. It's cleared away. No nonsense defending here from New York with the 1-0 lead here at Blackboard Stadium. Abdallah heads it forward. And again, here's Cordovez. Oh, good touch there from Van Schaik, who slips through the gap. The shot is on frame, and it's a good save from Mira as the ball skipped over the surface straight to him.
And Van Schaik does everything right there. He takes over, presses on, had Dane Kelly, but I think he was better opted to take a shot on goal, which he did. Made Mira make a save, which he's done all night.
Yeah, he's been good tonight, Mira, when he's had to be. Well, that's an error by Mueller. The ball just bounced away, but he gets back to recover, and it'll be a throw-in for the Red Bulls, about level with the 18 on this near side. New York are going to make a change here as Chris Lima is pulling on his jersey, stripping off and getting ready to come in here. Let's see who's going to come in. Charleston are going to make a change as well as Adam Mena prepares to come in, an attacking change. It'll be Griffith making way for Mena, and for New York, it's Bova who makes way for the substitute Lemma.
Bova had a good game in the heart of the midfield. Played some good balls around the park that made Charleston just chase a little bit. And now Chris Lemma coming on, 18 years old, committed to Georgetown along with Aaron Vasiljevic. So part of a Georgetown class that is very promising for next year.
Charleston trying to scramble this one away. Wilson across, gets a piece of it, and then right-footed clearance. Goes straight to a New York player, but then into touch. It'll be a throw-in now for the Battery, who've got, like I said, just about 20, 25 minutes to try and respond to the deficit. 1-0 down here. Awkward conditions for both teams tonight. Players have done very well to deal with it thus far, as Abdallah gets his body in the way and earns a free kick. And it'll be John Wilson to take it.
Well, I know the 3 points were vital at home for the Battery, but right now the focus just has to be on evening things out. And so far, the Red Bulls have looked the more threatening side here in the second half.
Flag will go up here for offside as Charleston step at the last moment. And it'll be a free kick for Farmer. Absolutely, at this point, it's just a battle to get back into this game. Charleston staring a home defeat in the face here. 20 minutes to go. 1-0 to New York Red Bulls.
And you got to call it like you see it, Andrew. Really, a lot of the chances for the Battery have come off of Red Bull mistakes, not really anything that they've done to create those chances.
Well, the conditions certainly haven't helped, that's for sure. It's a throw-in now for Farmer. Down the line it goes. Into touch, and now another throw, this time level with the 18-yard box. Farmer up to take it. The wind swirling around, the rain pouring down. It does feel like the field conditions have improved, though, from where they were before halftime. There's a long throw into the near post, headed away nicely by New York. Abdallah wins the loose ball. Into touch it goes. Throw in New York. This rain, by the way, apparently is going to continue through the night and tomorrow. A massive system. If you look at the radar that's coming up from Florida, I know Jake Edwards, who's with us tonight, former Battery player, USL vice president, who drove up from Florida, said it rained the whole way up. That drops nicely for Van Schaik. Plays a short one inside, but caught in possession there, the Battery. One back by Abdallah and Van Schaik in the midfield. All the way back now to Mueller. Mueller squares it to Falvey. He's got Farmer wide on the far side. Good touch there from the youngster. Pushes forward now. Cuts inside onto his left foot. Still Farmer. Scoops it forward, looking for Van Schaik. It's out to this near side. Kept in by Cordovez. He swings it into the near post. Has to be no. Saved on the line. It was there for the taking. And Mira gets the loose ball in a real scramble in front of goal. It was Van Schaik, the closest player, and he came sliding in. He got a piece of the goalkeeper. Let's hope Mira's okay.
Yeah, Mira comes up second best in the challenge, but you can't fault Van Schaik for lunging at a ball that's loose in the 6-yard box. It was a difficult ball to take in that was served up by Evio Cordovez, and Mira couldn't quite get a grasp on it.
It looked like it wasn't the best cross, actually. It was low, and it kind of bounced in there, but it got away. It got past the first man, and then it was anyone's ball. And Van Schaik looked like he was going to poke it in, but Mira strong enough and quick enough to get down and stop it. It's a free kick for... Well, what's he doing, the ref now? He's telling Mira to move it back to the edge of the 6-yard box. I mean, honestly, do we care?
Well, it's what you need, isn't it, Andrew? Those low sort of, tempting balls that are going to raise questions for the back line on each side. And right there, presenting plenty of problems for this Red Bull back line.
Wilson gets a piece of it. Prince fouled. Free kick Charleston. He sends it long. Immediately it'll drop down, and can Cordovez get there? He can. He's got Kelly in the middle. Cordovez slips it inside. 1-1. It was Dane Kelly who was there to finish it off, and just like that, the Battery are level.
Lovely finish there by Dane Kelly, but really the work is done by Evio Cordovez. Ball over the top from Zach Prince. Takes it down beautifully in stride. And it's Evio Cordovez who serves up a delicious ball to the back post, which Kelly just had to tap in.
I'll give credit there to Zach Prince, actually, who saw the play developing. He's the one that played it over the shoulder of Cordovez. And, well, you had a feeling that maybe it was going to be one of those nights and New York were going to come in here. They got the penalty decision, got the go-ahead goal, and looked like it was going their way, but the Battery responds. So let's see what happens now. This game is there for the taking. Both sides will be looking to win this one 1-1 the score, 74 minutes in, and it's New York on the front foot here on this near side. Charleston defending, the ball sent into the middle, not the best header clear. Farmer goes skipping across and takes a touch out to the far side. Now he plays it long down the line. Kelly chests it down. It's New York first to the loose ball. Abdallah wins it back in the challenge, and then it's hit long again by Charleston. Given away. Van Schaik's touch poor, and New York have it back.
That last goal, though, maybe a telling sign of where the Red Bulls are maybe the most vulnerable, over the top, letting the two forwards chase onto those balls, use their pace. Cordovez and Dane Kelly right there, just toasting Politz and Stevens.
It's Prince again. This time he can't get the power on the ball forward, looking for Cordovez's run. It's played into the midfield. It's Lade who slips it forward. There's the substitute. His first touch. Leno, he's just getting used to the surface. He gets it back. Now here's Lade again, who sits deep there at the edge of the 18. His through ball is cut out, but it's won back quickly by Duval. Lade up off his backside. Is he fouled? Oh, there's some pushing and shoving in the halfway line. The referee in very quickly. It was Kelly and Lade. And both sets of players in to try and argue the point here. Well, the referee had a very good view, didn't he? Pushing and shoving continues. Well, tempers fraying here at Blackboard Stadium. 15 minutes to go. It was Connor Lade and Dane Kelly who exchanged pleasantries. Oh, and there's a player dropped to the ground there. What was that? It was a Battery player who got knocked over. Let's see what the referee decides to do here. It was John Wilson, of all people. You know, he's usually the peacemaker, isn't he?
Well, they're going to have a tough time keeping track of all the cards that should be handed out right here.
Well, usually it's either red, red, or yellow, yellow, or it's get on with it, guys. Let's just play the game. Howard Asher, the referee. Let's see what he decides. Colin Falvey, the captain, saying his piece. He's coming across to have a word with his assistant on this near side. 77 minutes in. It's going to be a yellow card, I think. Probably to the goalkeeper. There you go for coming out and joining in. There you go. So, yellow card to Ryan Mira. And what's the decision in terms of the game?
And New York's asking, what about Odesno Cooper, who did the same thing?
I think maybe Howard Ash thinking he can't be bothered to go down there and book him because it's a long way to walk in the rain. But is it going to be a drop ball? Is it a free kick? What's the decision, Mr. Referee? 77 minutes in. 1-1 the score. A moment of drama here. And it's a yellow card for one of the New York players. I think it was Stevens. Billy Stevens, who gets booked. Still the discussions go on. And we're going to have a booking, surely a booking for a Battery player as well. And it'll be the skipper, Colin Falvey. So Falvey booked, there you go. 3 yellow cards, no damage done. Play should continue here. Well, what's he doing? He's coming across. I think he's going to have a word with the goalkeeper here. It's a red card for Ryan Mira.
No way.
It can't be anything else, can it? A second yellow.
How is he changed
And there's
his
the red
mind?
card. Well, what is he thinking there? It was after consulting the official on this near side. And Mira is off. Well, that is a shame because he was having an absolute blinder.
He's had a fantastic game, and as we said right after half, they don't have a substitute keeper to put in. They're going to have to use one of their field players or go to the bench and use Ian Christensen, who is a midfielder.
It's going to be Christensen coming on. Let's see which player puts on the gloves. Well, this is a rare occurrence. It's not unheard of for teams only to bring one goalkeeper, but MLS teams, you usually would think they could afford a couple of keepers, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you know, it's going to be interesting to see. And who is it going to be who comes on for
To be fair, I'm just looking at Mera's reaction. He's not furious, is it? It's almost like he didn't not expect it. So maybe he did do something a little bit naughty that gets him sent off. Off he goes. He'll get an early shower now at Blackboard Stadium. And the Red Bulls are going to bring on, I believe it's Christensen to come on in goal.
And who's going to come off of the field is the next question for.
Well, it almost has to be Derek Etienne, doesn't it, the
Yeah,
striker?
you would think so.
But let's see, man. Maybe not. It's going to be a change for the Battery as Abdallah makes way for Marini. So an attacking change for Charleston. I thought he did quite well tonight, Abdallah.
Abdallah does, but you can see what's in Coach Mike Anhauser's mind, especially up a man now for the remaining 11 minutes of this game.
We'll be having plenty of added on time, won't we? Well, you know, just back to that little incident, Dane. I don't know how much you saw of it, but it was a coming together between the captain for New York, Connor Lade, and the Battery striker, Dane Kelly.
Yeah, and it seemed to carry on a bit after the ball was gone, but
well, they need to bring a player off. He's held up the number for Mira, the goalkeeper, but it's not going to be Mira coming off. It looks like Connor Lade's coming across to the sideline here.
Surprising, he's been one of the best for the Red Bull here tonight.
Well, his temper just got away from him a little bit a minute ago, so he's off and makes way for Christensen, who goes into goal. And let's see how he does. You know they're going to be firing them in at him.
You would expect them to from just about anywhere but, you know, once they're inside the halfway line.
So the Red Bulls reduced to 10 players. It's 1-1 here at Blackboard Stadium. And sent long here. Takes a nice little bounce and it's straight through to the keeper, Cooper. Charleston have put on an attacking player for a defensive midfielder. And here come Charleston now. Perhaps sensing a little advantage. Or maybe a big advantage. It's Wilson who's going to play it long. Looking for Marini. It takes a little touch through to Cordovez. Into the box. Tackled over there. Fair tackle, said the referee. Great sliding stop to prevent the corner from Christensen in goal.
Yeah, that was good stuff from Chris Duval, who had to be sure of himself. Evil Cordovez was pressing down that similar side.
Christensen, though, on the kick out, doesn't get much distance on it. It's Cordovez now. Can he find a teammate? He finds Prince. Prince takes it. Oh, he got caught late there. That's going to be a free kick in front of the New York bench. And you have to think the tactic here is to send it into the mixer, put some pressure on Christensen. Remember, an outfield player in goal tonight for the New York Red Bulls for the last 10 minutes of this game. Prince is taking the free kick. Prince, right-footed, swings it forward. The keeper stays on his line. It's headed wide of the target. Goal kick. Dane Kelly got the header at the back post, but couldn't keep it on frame.
I know it's early in the season, but this is an important 10 minutes, next 10 minutes for this Charleston Battery's 2014 USL Pro campaign. Up a man, tied 1-1, searching for their first victory at home before a 4-game road stretch. They could really set themselves up nicely with a go-ahead goal here within the next couple of minutes.
Well, and don't count New York out either. They've got some attacking threats on the field still as well, as that ball is sent over the top for Cordovez to chase. He won't get there. It'll be a throw-in for New York Red Bulls. Up come the Battery midfield to try and squeeze New York in here.
Good idea from Prince. Same thing that led up to the goal, but just the ball wasn't where he wanted to put it. Usually he's got the quality to put the ball just about anywhere he wants on the pitch.
Throw in Red Bulls. Down the line it comes. Takes a deflection into touch. Throw in Charleston Battery. Prince looking for a quick throw. The referee saying take a step back, I think. Not sure what he's saying actually, but it's Prince with the throw in for Charleston.
No need for flashy build-up. Just got to get shots on goal. That's the name of the game here for the next few minutes for Charleston.
Cleared away, but only as far as Falvey. Heavy touch there from the skipper. Gets it wide. Kept in by Menor on the far side. On his right foot. Drills it into the mixer. Up and away by New York. It'll skip out for a throw-in on this near side. It's backs to the wall defending now for the Red Bulls. Charleston throwing it forward here. That looked like a foul throw by Prince. Play on, says the referee. Down the line it goes. Dante Marini sends it into the middle. Awkward deflection. Oh, the keeper.
Oh.
Well, there you can see he's not. I'm looking down at Coach Wolniak. He's got a big grin on his face. He's laughing. It's not really fair, is it? Christensen kind of dropped that one. Let's hope this Doesn't decide the game, though, as the ball sent long to the back of the box this time. Headed down, it's the keeper. He got a save on it. And on the second attempt, he grabs it. Oh, I tell you what. He palmed it to a battery player and made the save on the second attempt.
Christensen taking a page right out of the book of Ryan Mara there. Maybe a little more heart-stopping stuff for the coaching staff on this near side, but I'll tell you what, he did the job.
Well played, sir. And he got covered in mud in the process. It's almost like when you're a kid playing and you just come home and you can't even tell what you were wearing that day because he's absolutely obliterated by the mud from that patch in front of the goal. Marini sends it down the line. That'll be a throw-in for Charleston. They could have actually let that one run, I think. It's Marini to leave it for Prince. 5 minutes to go plus stoppage time. Probably about 10 minutes left here. And 1-1 the score. It's been very entertaining, particularly the second half as Marini is just knocked off the ball. And here come New York. Good tackle from Van Schaik. He wins possession back on the second attempt. Finds Wilson. Wilson, quick ball down the line to Prince. Prince has a look up. There's 3 in the middle. He swings it in towards the keeper who drops to the ground and gets up to make the save. Well, it's a nervy time for Christensen in goal and his coach, John Wolniak, who's pacing in front of the bench.
Yeah, shaky stuff from Christensen, as you would expect from a midfielder playing goal here tonight. But
I know on my Sunday league team, sometimes the keeper doesn't show up and it's looking at who's going to go in goal. It's always shuffling off and trying not to get picked, isn't it? But to be fair to him, he's stepped up and he's done well. He's made a couple of saves. And at the moment, he's been the difference since the sending off. 1-1 the score. Charleston with possession, taking their time with the throw. Here it comes, into touch from New York, who have really worked hard. This mixture of first-team players and academy boys tonight. Academy youngsters from the U18 side. Of course, Charleston's got a couple of their own as well. Jackson Farmer, an academy product from Vancouver Whitecaps. There's the throw-in. And they get the ball to Marini, whose touch lets him down. Good clearance this time from New York. The keeper, Cooper, rolls it to Mueller. Mueller on his right foot. Oh, that's poor. Straight into touch. And it'll be a throw-in for the Red Bulls. Well, Dane, if you're Coach Anhauser, upper man, 10 minutes to go, dodgy goalkeeper, are you disappointed if you can't break through?
Absolutely, you're disappointed. You're disappointed if you don't get a chance or a few chances on goal. And really, Charleston, other than a few mistakes that have been made by the Red Bulls defense and Christensen in goal himself, really not much going in the last few minutes. And we just got to get the ball in the attacking third and try to put a few shots on goal.
Still time, of course, at the other end for New York, particularly if they could figure out a way to get a set piece or some chance. As that breaks down on the far side, it'll be a throw-in for the Red Bulls, who beat Dayton Dutch Lions 3-0 in their previous interleague game. 88th minute here. And I think we've got an injury over there on the far side. Well, let's hope that player's okay, because there are no more subs available for New York. It's
perhaps just taking a few seconds off the clock over there, getting a little stretch. But, of course, you got to remember, we're going to have some extensive injury time. Yeah, you got to imagine.
I'm going to guess 5 minutes, Dane, but we shall see. As the throw comes in, it's defended away by Charleston. Red Bulls will have another chance to work it up the line.
That 5 minutes becomes exponentially longer when you're down a man and have a midfielder playing goalkeeper for you.
Yeah, it does. It totally backs up against the wall stuff, this, as Mena heads forward. Marini tries to jump and challenge, but it's no problem for the Red Bulls.
Doing a good job, though, just keeping possession, keeping the ball on the other side of the pitch.
Oh, and Charleston need to be careful here, but one back there by the battery. That was a flying challenge from Falvey, and it'll be a free kick for New York. Falvey needs to be very careful because he's on a yellow card. It looked like he jumped into that one a little bit. It's slow to get to his feet, as is the New York player. And I can't tell you which one it is. It's a yellow card, so Falvey's off. So for the last couple of minutes, it's 10 against 10. It's Colin Falvey sent off here, and he'll miss the next game, which is next weekend up in Pittsburgh.
Well, if he's smart, he's just going to get off the pitch quickly here because time is wasting.
He really does need to get off because we're into the 89th minute. There's not too much time remaining. Off he trots now. Well, it was a rash challenge. He pays the price, and it's 10 against 10 here at Blackboard Stadium for the last few minutes. Well, that does change it a little bit. And this is a chance for New York. They can send this one long. They play it short. There's a strike, and actually not a bad effort. You know, that was on target, and it forced a save from Odisnor Cooper, who rolls it into the wet patch. That's not the smartest. Hit to the halfway line. Kelly sets it back to Van Schaik. It was a difficult one for Van Schaik, who loses possession. And here come New York across the halfway line. I think the sending offs energized the MLS outfit. Seconds remaining of the 90. Good touch there from Duval. Steps away from Marini. Caught late by Marini. Play on, says the referee, as Wilson forced to defend on this near side. The flag comes up, and it'll be a free kick for the Battery. He could have pulled it back for a New York free kick earlier on, but chose not to. And in the end, Charleston get possession back. 4 minutes, so I was slightly off my calculations. Let's start our stopwatches. Coach Wolniak just did that. Coach Anhauser up off the bench just looking on. I'm sure he can't really believe what's happened tonight. It's Marini. Set back to Wilson. 1-1 the score in stoppage time here at Blackboard Stadium. Chips it forward, away by New York. Not the best clearance from Mueller. Wilson shields the player away, but the ball runs to him anyway. And Prince cuts out the forward pass. Now Menor at the halfway line. Can he find a teammate? He can. It's Kelly on the far side. Charleston with numbers forward. The cross is early and poor and straight at a New York player who clear to the halfway line.
The forwards for Charleston really have not been invited to run on and chase those long balls from the midfield in the last few minutes. That's the way they got the goal. That's the way they've been finding success.
Good defending there from New York to get that ball away. It was Stevens who got the touch. And here come the Red Bulls again. Cordovez with a strong challenge, but it's straight to Stevens. Play on, says the referee. New York with it. 10 against 10 here. Straight down the middle. Chested down by Mueller. Finds Menor on the far side. Menor's going to play it long, looking for Kelly to chase. Kelly's got some pace here. Out comes the keeper. Misses the ball. Took the player out, did he? Kelly's down. And injured. Play continues. That looked pretty bad, didn't it? I tell you what, both players collide in the box.
And it was a heavy collision between the two.
Yeah, it was. You know, was it a foul?
I think for me it's 50-50. Both players have a chance at it. And it's all a question of, did Dane Kelly get there first and touch it around?
Kelly was running through. It looked like Christensen was favourite to get there, but in the end, it ends up with a collision in the box. Both players look like they're going to require some treatment. I think Christensen's okay. He's just sitting up now. Well, let's hope they're okay. I'm going to stop my stopwatch. We played 2 minutes of the extra 4. And, well, dreadful weather here tonight. I hate to keep talking about it, but the rain is continuing to pile down here. They're saying 3 inches is expected over the next few hours. We've probably had a couple of inches already. And looking down at the players, Kelly is still very immobile, isn't he? Let's hope he's okay.
And he just outstretched that leg to try to get a touch onto it, and he's going to have to get subbed off.
Yeah, he's requiring some treatment. He's not going to be able to continue, Dane Kelly. Well, that's not good. And it'll allow a change for Charleston. Just looking down, probably be Justin Portillo, who will come into the game. And let's see if Kelly can walk off under his own steam. He's helped to his feet. Heavy collision over there. And is going to require some assistance to get off the field. Christensen, still not up yet, you know. The goalkeeper, now he is. He is hurt. Both players in some trouble here. Well, you hate to see it. You really do. As Kelly is helped off the field. But the fact that he's kind of walk limping off is better than bringing the stretchers on, isn't it? No weight on that right ankle, though. Let's hope Kelly's okay. Let's hope Christensen is okay. And 2 minutes to play. I mean, at what point does the referee say he's really just seen enough and blows the final whistle? I don't think he can continue, you know. Christensen, he got cracked and he's going to come off. So New York will play the last couple of minutes with 2 men missing. And Christensen helped off the field. Well, that's dreadful, isn't it? 2 players knocked out of the game, in time added on. And challenging conditions tonight. That's the only way you can describe it. Kudos to both sets of players. They've worked their socks off tonight. And 1-1 the scoreline with precious little time remaining. Our referee's keeping an eye on his watch.
Well, it's been a sloppy game, but it's been a fun game, hasn't it, Andrew? I mean, there's been plenty of action. There's been mistakes. There's been good play. There's been nice build-up and little feistiness between the two sides.
Yeah, we did have a little scrap earlier in the half, and I think, is it Ayongo going in goal?
It looks like it might be.
Well,
the left back.
Christensen, off he comes. Not a goalkeeper. Brave lad. Got in there tonight when he had to. 3 saves recorded, and it looks like he's got a dead leg, so maybe it was his thigh that got hit by Kelly. He's having a word with the 4th official here, saying, hey, look at the cleat marks on my leg. That was a foul, but the referee didn't see it that way. And I suppose what we're going to have, drop ball here at the halfway line? In these conditions, you almost need one side to say, it's all right, we'll just kick it back to you. And I think that's what New York are going to do. So that's good sportsmanship. They just launch it forward. And, well, it was on target, wasn't it? I guess, does that count as a shot? That would be something if he'd have scored like that. So let's start the clock again. I think we've got a couple of minutes remaining. And Charleston on the front foot again. Here comes Cordovez, beaten in the tackle. One back by the Battery. Free kick, though, is the decision because Cordovez fouled trying to win the loose ball. Will it be a 3rd tie for the Battery? 3 ties and a loss it would be for the first 4 games in awful conditions tonight. Not sure what the Red Bull Reserve's next game is, but they're going to remember this one for a long time, aren't they? As the ball is headed down and into touch from Farmer. Throw in New York Red Bulls on the far side. Down the line it goes. Hooked up high, long and away to the halfway line. Looked like a little push at the half, but the referee allows play to continue. Free header here for Van Schaik. Snaps it wide to the far side. Headed back inside by New York. One back now by Prince. Prince steps forward with possession. Drives it through the middle. It took a deflection. The referee says no foul there. Oh, it's one back by Marini, and now maybe a chance. It's into the box. Cordovez. The shot is on target and saved by the standing keeper, Oyongo, who cushions it into his chest and drops to his knees. Maybe that was the last chance of the game.
Well, that's all you ask for is a shot on goal, a look, a glimpse. And Cordovez got it, but Ayongo was there doing his work as a goalkeeper.
Sent long again. This time it's Cordovez on the far side to give chase. Can he find a teammate? He slips away from the defender. Still Cordovez. Plays it inside to Prince. Prince, top of the 18, turns into a bit of trouble and flicks it into touch on the far side. Our referee has seen enough. What a game we had tonight. The final score here, Charleston Battery 1, New York Red Bulls 1. Before we close the show, Dana Lucas, your thoughts?
Exhilarating stuff. I mean, we came into this game not really knowing what to expect with the torrential downpours, but the field held up, which was certainly a great thing, and we got some good action here throughout the 90 minutes. It really was fun. Charleston let a few chances slip through their fingers in the early going, and it was the Red Bulls getting out early and making the Battery equalize, courtesy of a great goal combination from Zach Prince up to Evil Cordovez, and Dane Kelly finishes it off. Sad to see Kelly limp off. We'll have to check on his status after the game. But fun night, fun game, and a 1-1 draw, perhaps deserving for both squads. But Charleston will remain in search of those first 3 points of the season.
2 goals, 2 red cards, 2 players leave the field injured. That's the story of the game tonight. 1-1 the final score. Don't forget the Battery back home on May 10th. And we'll have that game live for you here on the Charleston Battery YouTube channel. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. Again, the final score tonight, Charleston Battery 1, New York Red Bulls 1. And we'll see you next time.
America's top travel magazine named Charleston the best city in the nation, so it's no secret that people are flocking here. But people from all over the world come to MUSC for our unparalleled expertise year after year. Maybe that's why so many national organizations invest in our breakthroughs, and why so many of the world's top doctors continue to join us. So while Charleston's magnetic draw may not surprise you, we wanted to remind you about ours. MUSC, changing what's possible.